Do you suffer with depersonalization and derealization? Are you feeling like you're looking at yourself from outside of yourself? Feel like your voice in your head doesn't sound like your own? Does it feel like when you look at the mirror, you don't even recognize yourself? If these are some of your symptoms, then I'm going to go over the real root causes based on my experience and the clients I've worked with. So, first, let me say I'm not a medical doctor. It's not medical advice. It's based on my personal experience for informational and educational purposes only. So, back to DPDR. So, what actually causes this? Okay, what's a combination typically of trauma, stress, but also mold toxins, mycotoxins. If you have DPDR symptoms, the number one thing you got to look out for is mycotoxins. Mycotoxins are something that can trigger it right away. After you're exposed over the course of a few months, you could start to have these symptoms. It just depends on how sensitive that you are to it. The reason is mycotoxins are neurotoxic. They cause neurological inflammation. When you have neurological inflammation in this fight or flight response that gets kicked into gear, the nervous system gets activated, and you start to have strange symptoms with your perception, with what you're thinking, with your thoughts, everything, right? So I've seen this on numerous bases where clients have these symptoms and they are linked to mold. They're linked to mold. So if you are dealing with these chronic symptoms, you got to start testing for mycotoxins. And if you want to test for mycotoxins, the best way is a urine test or a antibody test, okay? The antibody test I like more, the mycotoxin antibody test from mymycolab.com, and it'll show you if you're really sensitive to mycotoxins. And often when people have low levels in the urine, they show up high in these antibody levels. So the best test is the antibody level, mycotoxin antibody test from mymycolab.com, I'm sorry. But the urine test, best urine test is going to be Vibrant Wellness. That's going to be the best. And these things will help you get an idea of if mycotoxins are your problem or not. If you have high levels of these things and you have these symptoms, then it's usually pretty conclusive that that's actually what's causing it. So of course there's stress, of course there's trauma, of course you have to recondition the nervous system. You got to do some deep breathing, got to do some meditation. We got to go ahead and get out of the thought loop that we're going to be stuck like this all our life, that this is who we are. We don't want to buy into these feelings as if this is who we are, because this is a toxic exposure. This is toxic exposure combined with prolonged stress and things you're observing in your life that are reminding you of trauma more often than not. So if you want to beat this, first thing you got to do is test for mycotoxins. The next thing you got to do is start doing some deep breathing. The thing after that, you got to restore some key nutrients, okay? Because people who are typically go through DPDR have severe nutritional deficiencies based on this chronic stress and these mold exposures. So you want to replace with plant-based only, plant-derived supplements only, magnesium, your zinc, your selenium, your trace minerals, your B vitamins. These things are all critical to be able to replace, and this can help you go ahead and basically stabilize your body and get stress resistance and start to be able to stop reacting so strongly to whatever's causing this, whether it's mold or stress, etc. So these supplements are the first way to start. There's other things, of course, you want to do down the line, but the first thing is identifying what the real root cause is. And the point of this video was to identify that mycotoxins are often linked to DPDR. And when you resolve the mycotoxins and you go ahead and detox the body, you restore the key minerals, you get the irritants out of the diet, you calm down the mast cells, then the symptoms become infrequent and less severe based on my experience. And they can be now come in phases. Oh, you had it for a day and then it went away, right? So once you start to have a few good days and then it comes, then you could start to figure out what's actually causing it. Because what I do with my clients is we write down everything that we're eating and how we're feeling. So if you have something where it enhances your DPDR symptoms, then guess what? We're going to be able to figure it out because we're documenting things and we're paying close attention. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. My website is endsickness.org. I got hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos on there teaching you how to heal yourself. Take care.